Hello and welcome back to Dot again. In this quick video, I'm going to go through 11 settings for console and controller players to give you the edge in Warzone competitive gameplay. Also, if you stay tuned to the end, I've got two really great tips that will improve your gameplay efficiency. So, let's get straight to it. The first setting we're going to look at is switching your ping feature over to the bumper button. I don't know what this is on Xbox, but for PlayStation, this is the L1 button. This allows you to quickly ping without pulling your thumbs away from the analog sticks, so you can carry on moving and aiming whilst pinging simultaneously. This is super helpful when you're engaging an opponent and still want to keep their location to your teammates. The next setting we're going to change is on the weapons use/reload behavior. You want to go ahead and change this to contextual tap. This will allow you to perform tasks like reloading, picking up weapons, opening crates, and getting into vehicles with a single tap rather than the default hold option, which makes you more vulnerable to other enemy players. Another simple change that will save you more time is the tap to slide feature. By default, this is set to hold, but switching over to tap will shave time off and allow you to maneuver into a slide much quicker. Whilst we are dealing with movement, you want to go ahead and change your automatic sprint to automatic tactical sprint. This allows you to move straight into a tactical sprint without having to click down on the analog stick, again saving you time. The next setting we're going to look at deals with the game's visuals and audio. By default, film grain is added to the visuals to allow the game to look more cinematic. But by turning off this post-processing feature, you free up CPU time and also able to see enemies at all distances much easier. Also, whilst we're here, we need to turn off world motion blur and weapon motion blur. This is also post-processing that, whilst it provides good visuals, it doesn't help in Warzone whilst moving around quickly. So, switch both these options to disabled. More on the visuals, you want to go ahead and change the color blend type to Deuteranopia, and the target set to both, as this will bring out some of the world colors a bit and make them a little bit more vibrant. To also help with seeing your environment clearer, you can go ahead and turn up the brightness a little bit, because this really helps spotting enemies when moving through darker areas of the game. Now for the audio. Surround sound headsets are a must for Warzone, but to complement your headset even more, you want to switch your audio mix to boost high, as this boosts footsteps audio, making it much easier to pinpoint nearby enemies. And lastly, whilst in audio, you want to go ahead and turn down the game's dialogue volume, because it can get overwhelming when you're trying to listen out for enemies whilst Captain Price is shouting enemy UAV or something. That way you can still hear those important footsteps audio no matter what's going on. Finally, the last setting you want to change, and this is a matter of perspective as it's something that you're going to have to find your own sweet spot for, is the stick movement sensitivity. I believe the default are way too low for Warzone, so you're going to have to bump those up gradually and build that muscle memory so you can be comfortable with your settings. So these are the 11 settings I recommend for controller players, and as promised, here's 2 tips to help you to be more efficient and quicker whilst playing Warzone. Have you ever been in a situation where your ping is blocking your teammate's view and you need to remove it? Well, rather than ADSing at the ping to remove it, you can focus on something else and just quickly hit the touchpad on the PS4 controller to bring up the map and click R3 to clear all your pings. This method is much quicker and doesn't require you to ADS. And for the last tip, have you ever wondered why it seems that pro players are constantly sprinting around the map with no tactical sprint cooldown time? Well, here's how. If you're in a tactical sprint and follow it up with a slide, this maneuver resets the tac sprint cooldown time and you can jump straight back into another tac sprint with no delay. That's all from me on this one. If you found this info helpful, please consider dropping a like as this helps promote my content, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.